Hey guys, welcome back. It is March 16th and it's cold. It's like this morning it was like 3 degrees when I woke up with a minus 20 wind chill, and we got another 4 inches of snow last night, yesterday into last night. So that brings our 3 to 3.5 week snow total to about 46 inches of snow. So not much going on outside other than snow blowing and shoveling. And I've been working double shifts at the prison for weeks and weeks and weeks. Oh, you got your boots on?
Yeah, I got.
Okay, come on out. And when I'm not working double shifts at the prison, I'm working with Rudy. So it's been very, very slow going as far as doing anything in the garage. But we've got everything buttoned up with the magneto, spark plug wires, radiator, the lower water pipe. We did have a leak out of that fix that I made, that T-bolt stud. So what I originally had done was I had put a copper washer behind this. I've since removed that, and then we used a lead washer with some RTV just to kind of seal it up. So it's full of coolant, hasn't leaked any, so that's good.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
So we're not leaking any coolant, which is good. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, the air cleaner pipe. So I don't believe that this was the original air cleaner pipe. I think it was made by an exhaust shop at some point. And this is also a aftermarket or replacement carburetor. It's still a Zenith, but it's a newer version of what would originally been on this. So I think the original would have been a little bit, well, it's tough to say because I don't know if this is the original pipe or not. So I don't know if the carburetor inlet was in the same position height-wise compared to where this pipe would come down. But essentially, Raylan, no. Essentially what's happening was this pipe was not aligning with the carburetor. It was coming up about 3/4 of an inch high. So it was really a pain to try to get this aligned. So instead of going to an exhaust shop, back and forth, doing trial and error to try and have a new pipe made, what I did is I just cut it and then just inserted another piece of hose, and I'll put a couple hose clamps on there, which I've still got to get, and I've got to get one more hose clamp for up here. So that's what we're going to do with that, but everything is taken care of with the air intake pipe. The linkage here, everything works great. If you can see that. It's kind of a goofy system how they have 3 different things coming together all in one spot. They've got the throttle rod coming in, and then that connects to this clevis, which is connected to the governor rod, which is connected to the carburetor rod. So there's a lot going on in one small space. But that seems to be working fine. So the plan today is put some gas in it and see if it'll fire up. So that's what we're going to do, because this garage has to be empty for Raylan's birthday next week, because we're going to have a piñata party here, and it's got to be hanging from the ceiling somewhere in here. So let's see if we can get this thing fired up, and yeah, if it fires up, hopefully it should, then we'll drive it out of the garage. And I got to get those hose clamps yet, so I don't want to put the hood on until I get those hose clamps, because it's kind of going to be a pain in the butt to get to these top ones up here without the hood on, or with the hood on. So I'd rather just leave it off, get the hose clamps on, and then we can just throw the hood on. It's pretty simple to put the hood on. I think it's, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. So really simple, but see if we can get it fired up. Okay, this thing is dead cold. It's probably, I don't know, 15, 20 degrees out right now. I've changed clothes, but picked up some hose clamps. I've got the choke on, ignition off. I'm a little nervous to crank start these things for the first time, but that's all my only option I have because I'm by myself. So we'll give it a few cranks, see if we can get a couple drips out of the carb. By that point, it should be good and flooded. And then we'll shut the choke off, turn the ignition on, and see what happens. Oop. And this crank is not the best. Don't see any drips yet. All right, let's turn the ignition on and see what happens. Set it about halfway. See if we can get any pops. Nothing yet. We didn't open up the throttle. Let's open up the throttle about halfway. This hand crank is not ideal. I'm trying to stay out of the way in case this thing does backfire on me. Not getting anything as far as fire. We got gas to the carb. Man, I really do not like this hand crank. Well, let's try. Try opening up the choke. See what happens. Nothing. Well, not even a pop. Wonder Could try throwing a little bit of gas down the spark plug hole, but we should be able to get something out of it. Now, granted, it is super cold, but we should have at least had a pop. Even if the spark plug wires were off, we should have had a pop somewhere. Nothing. Well, we'll try it again. Just curious. See if the plugs are wet here. No, that's not big enough. Smells dry. I can't even smell any gas on it. Well, maybe if we let's take just a little bit, just a smidge. Okay, that's way too much. Perfect. As they say on Vice Grip Garage, way too much. Perfect. Come on. Okay. This one isn't easy to get to. Okay, let's see if we can get something out of this now. Whoop. getting something. Let's try giving a little choke here. All right. Well, the brake was stuck, so that's what I was doing in the garage. Still got an oil line leak for the oil pressure gauge, but that's a minor issue. We can get that fixed up, no problem. Watch out for that backfire. It can be a real doozy. Well, as you guys can see, it runs, it drives, and it dies. Yeah, so we've got a few issues. Number one, the oil pressure gauge line still leaks, so we got to fix that. Number two, the brakes were locked up, or one of them was locked up because of the large amount of rust that had accumulated in the bottom of the drum. And I'll show you here on the floor. This whole area here is just some stuff that I quickly scraped out enough. I mean, there's good sized chunks of rust in there. That whole area I just scraped out quickly with a screwdriver and got it freed up, but it needs to be taken apart and cleaned thoroughly. And third, if you guys didn't see, when I was trying to back it into that snow, when it's under a load, it really struggles. I think the clutch is slipping quite a bit, so I'm gonna see if there's a way we can adjust the clutch. I know they are adjustable, I know that, I just don't know how to do it. So it should be somewhat similar to the SC, but I haven't done it on an SC either. So I'm guessing the clutch is going to have to be, at minimum, it's going to have to be adjusted. But I had to get the tractor out of here because, like I said, we have the piñata party next week, so I need the space. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, it seems like it's got an over revving issue. I don't know how fast the RPMs are turning on it, but there was a point where I got a little nervous because, you know, that throttle was pulled back and it just seemed like it was turning really, really fast. So I kind of scrambled to get that throttle lever pushed forward. So we might have to do some adjusting on, you know, the throttle rod, governors, that whole system. But at least it runs, and I did. Anybody says I can't take a shot to the face, they're lying. My nose is a little sore this morning from that backfire, and that thing swung my my hand off, and my fist got me right in the face. So just adds to the black eye I got from dealing with a little bit of a handcuff issue at work. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hyatt, I hope you're excited. It does run. It starts pretty well. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We got some more work to do, but that's how it goes. Things, well, it's a 38, so it's pretty old. It's over 80 years old, 86 years old, 85 years old. So it is what it is. We'll keep working on it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for wrenching, and we'll see you in the next one.